Well, welcome back to the channel, everyone.
Not Big Daddy, it's regular Daddy.
I know, I'm here.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Today we're going to discuss Bob Chapek and the fact that he is a complete... Well, you know what? Let's just go into the video. I think that'll explain everything. Without further ado, allow my monkeys to roll the footage.
I'm in danger.
Yeah, that works.
I like
all right,
it a lot.
all right, moving on.
Hey, what about Tulip?
Disney CEO Bob Chapek fully aligns company with the Alphabet Mafia and agenda, declares he will be an outspoken champion. This is absolutely pathetic corporate virtue signaling, and we know that Disney is run by and full of hypocrites. Just look at what's going on in China and remember Mulan. Yeah, these people, I'm sure, are more than willing to have their goods made overseas in sweatshops, but then they want to talk about how much champions they are for other human rights. It's absolutely deplorable, disgusting. You can leave yours in the comments below. I will, of course, give you my commentary along the way throughout this article. Let's do it. Here we go. This article yesterday from Jacob Smith over at Bounding into Comics. Disney CEO Bob Chapek completely removed any confusion as to where he stood on Florida's paternal rights in education bill, which bans the teaching of sexuality and transgenderism to children between kindergarten through third grade. And that is absolutely correct. It shouldn't be taught to those kids unless they have a family, that involves that. Then that's their family's job to teach them. It's not the indoctrinators in public schools' job to teach these children about these sort of things. That's utterly ridiculous. And if you ask any socialist, they'll tell you, I don't have children, I have your children.
I'll see you in hell, Costanza.
In a recent company-wide email obtained by Variety, Chapek declared that he's fully on board with the Alphabet Mafia agenda, that he promises to be an outspoken champion for their movement. The email begins, to my fellow colleagues, but especially our Alphabet community. Thank you all who have reached out, sharing your pain, frustration, and sadness over the company's response to Florida and the Don't Say Gay bill, which is very disingenuous and flat out incorrect. Speaking to you, reading your messages, and meeting with you have helped me better understand how painful our silence was. And this right here is him opening Pandora's box, and I'm not calling gay, lesbian, or bisexuals weirdos. No. I'm calling the people that think that you need to teach this to 5-year-olds. To fucking 5-year-olds. Give me a break. That is, you're grooming. You're grooming impressionable kids. You're grooming them. That's what you're doing. And it's Hollywood. So why would we have any trepidation in forming that conclusion that this is tantamount to grooming children?
He's out of line, but he's right.
It is clear that this is not just an issue about a bill in Florida, but instead another challenge to basic human rights. You needed me to be a stronger ally in the fight for equal rights, and I let you down. I'm sorry, he apologized. And then his response in apologizing to these assholes, you never apologize to these people for anything. Never. Never apologize to them for anything. Because once you give them an inch, they will take that metaphorical country mile. And Bob Chapek may as well get fitted for a clown wig and a big red nose and some funny shoes because he's a fucking joke.
Get what you fucking deserve!
Chapek continued, our employees see the power of this great company as an opportunity to do good. Yes, I agree. We need to use our influence to promote that good by telling inclusive stories, but by also standing up for the rights of all. I'd just like to ask Bob Chapek to go ahead and stand there and hold his breath while we figure out who's not honoring basic human rights. Nobody is taking away your fucking rights. This is that gaslighting bullshit. And these are the fucking assholes on Twitter that'll tell you, you're just a bigot, you're a homophobe. No, because homophobia applies that there's some measure of fear. There is no measure of fear of gay, lesbians, bisexuals, whatever, the alphabet people. There's no fear there. That's disingenuous. You're gaslighting people. These are basic human rights. Teaching about transgenders to 5-year-olds is not a fucking human right. The same idiots that are saying that are the same ones that are saying Oh, healthcare is a human right. It's a commodity. And teaching kids, 5-year-olds, about transgenders, you're grooming them. You're not teaching them anything until it's appropriate age and their family decides to have that talk with them. Not some asshole teaching in a public school. Now, I don't mean to disparage teachers because I'm a freaking teacher myself. I'm a substitute. It's sickening. It's sickening to see this grandstanding, this grand gesture of virtuosity. Oh, we're allies. We care about inclusive stories. No, you don't, Bob. You care about money. That's what you care about. You don't care about anything except for your bottom line and your profit margins. That's what you care about. Don't pretend, oh, I'm such a great ally for these. Shut the fuck up.
Fuck that puto!
Oh, it's a human rights issue. No, it's fucking. Teaching fucking kids that society now rewards in mental illness with special treatment. Starting immediately, we are increasing our support for advocacy groups to combat similar legislation in other states. Oh, so you want to circumvent democracy through lobbying. I see you. But if the other side did this, it'd be wrong, correct? It'd be a bigoted act, right? Okay. All right. Fuck you, Bob. And these are the same kind of people that use the right side of history term. This is ridiculous. We are hard at work creating a new framework for our political giving that will ensure our advocacy better reflects our values. And today, we are pausing all political donations in the state of Florida pending this review.
Ah, fuck you!
If you're still giving Disney your money at this point, if you're paying for any of their shit, you're part of the problem. Because you're paying assholes like this to tell you that because you don't want your children to learn about and how it's placated in modern society, you're the problem. No, you're not the problem. You are taking a correct stance as a parent. I don't want to be lectured by people who bend the knee to China, who still have people in camps over there and still use slave labor to make these shoes and shirts and toys. Yeah, I'm not going to be lectured by assholes like that. You know what? I'm not. I refuse to. And you should too, because they're gaslighting you. But I know there is much more work to be done. I'm committed to this work and to you all, and will continue to engage with the Alphabet Mafia so that I can become a better ally. And there's the buzzwords again. You will hear more about our progress in the coming weeks, he stated.
I know what you did. You're a damn pedant. All right, just get the hell out of here. I got a goddamn
Chapek then asserted, I truly believe we are an infinitely better and stronger company because of our Alphabet community. How does who you make you a better person?
So long, gay boys.
How does who you want to make you a better person? Tell me that, Bob. You can't. I missed the mark in this case, but am an ally you can count on. And I will be an outspoken champion for all the protections, visibility, and opportunity you deserve. See, right there, he's saying that these people deserve special treatment because of who they want to That doesn't make any sense. This new email comes after a statement from Alphabet Pixar employees who made public that slammed Disney for poor Alphabet treatment of their community.
What?
The Pixar employees accused Disney of removing gay from their films primarily aimed at children's writing.
You out of your goddamn mind.
Nearly every moment of overtly gay affection is cut at Disney's behest, regardless of when there is a protest from both the creative teams and executive leadership at Pixar. They also called Chapek and Disney leadership hypocrites, given the company's recent statements regarding the invasion of Ukraine and its past decision to oppose a pro-life bill in Georgia back in 2016.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Chapek's mask off moment also comes following comments Florida Governor Ron DeSantis made while speaking to supporters in Boca Raton. A video obtained by Fox News shows DeSantis declaring in the state of Florida, we are not going to allow them to inject transgenderism into kindergarten. He continued, first graders shouldn't have woke gender ideology imposed in their curriculums, and that is what we are standing for because we are standing for the kids and we're standing for the parents. He's absolutely correct because I don't want my first grade son to have to learn about this. He doesn't need to learn about it in first grade. Let him get an education before these idiots start indoctrinating him, and that's why my son goes to a private school, because they don't teach this bullshit there. It's not allowed to be taught there.
You wanna get nuts? Come on.
Let's get nuts.
DeSantis also said, and I can tell you this, the chance that I'm going to back down from my commitment to students and back down from my commitment to parents' rights simply because of fraudulent media narratives or pressure from woke corporation, the chances of that are zero, he declared. And good for Ron DeSantis, who, by all accounts, will probably be running for president in 2024. No word if Bob Iger has thrown his hat into the 2024 ring yet. And when you have companies that have made a fortune off being family and catering to families and young kids, they should understand that parents of young kids do not want this injected into their kids' kindergarten classroom, DeSantis said. They do not want their first graders to go and be told that they can choose an opposite gender. That is not appropriate for those kids. So if you're family friendly, understand that parents who are actually raising families want to have their rights respected. And he's absolutely correct again. Absolutely correct again. This is inappropriate to teach to 5 and 6 year olds. They need to learn their basic math, English, science, reading skills, interpersonal social skills. And I also think you have companies like Disney that are going to say and criticize parents' rights, DeSantis continued. They're going to criticize the fact that we don't want transgenderism in kindergarten and the first grade classrooms. If that's the hill they're going to die on, then how do you possibly explain lining their pockets with their relationship from the Communist Party of China? Because that's what they do, he asserted. And they make a fortune, and they don't say a word about the really brutal practices that you see there at the hands of the CCP. And so in Florida, the policy is going to be based on the best interest of Florida citizens, not the musings of woke corporations, the clip continues. Ron DeSantis is getting criticized by idiots and talking heads using false narratives for this. Like I said, but these people fall, the people that they're targeting fall for the gaslighting with this, saying that, oh, it's a bigoted law, it's don't say gay. Nobody said don't say gay. Nobody said don't say gay. They said we don't want transgender ideology pushed into kindergarten through third grade classrooms because it's not appropriate to teach kids that don't even know the basic science of the gender that they were born and the gender they will always be, no matter how much mental illness and woke agenda and garbage narratives are pushed on them. You cannot change science. You cannot change chromosomes. The same people who tell us that the science exists, that you can transform genders, are the same ones that told us that the science behind the jab was 100% safe, and we need to trust the science, and now they're telling us that you can magically become another gender just because you want to. It doesn't work like that. That's not how science fucking works.
You sell some? It's all bullshit. All of it.
Disney CEO Chapek admitted at Disney's 2022 annual meeting of shareholders he had been actively opposing the bill through back channels, despite previously sending out an email to his employees claiming the company would not take a stance on the bill. Until the Alphabet Mafia started to pressure him, and then, of course, Bob bends the knee like the bitch he is. Just before the Q&A portion of the shareholders meeting, Chapek said, "While we've been strong supporters of the Alphabet community for decades, I know how many are upset that we did not speak out against the bill. Now, we were opposed to the bill from the outset, but we chose not to make a public position on it because we thought we could be more effective working behind the scenes, engaging directly with lawmakers on both sides of the aisle. So trying to pay off lawmakers, torpedo this bill, and it didn't work. And we're hopeful that our long-standing relationships with those lawmakers would enable us to achieve a better outcome. But despite weeks of effort, we were ultimately unsuccessful." Chapek then detailed, "I called Governor DeSantis this morning to express our disappointment and the concern that if legislation becomes law, it could be used to unfairly target gay, lesbian, non-binary, or transgender kids and families.
Liar!
The governor heard our concerns and agreed to meet with me and the Alphabet members of our senior team in Florida to discuss ways to address them. The law is not going to unfairly target gay or... You're not a 5-year-old lesbian. You're not a 5-year-old gay kid. You don't know if you're a boy or a fire truck at that point. You're not transgender. You're not non-binary at 5, 6 years old. You're not. That doesn't manifest at that age. That's utterly ridiculous. It's gaslighting and more propaganda pushed by bitch-made Bob Chapek.
Fuck that puto.
In a previous email sent to Disney employees, Chapek explained why the company did not take a stance on the bill. As we have seen time and time again, corporate statements do very little to change outcomes or minds. They are often weaponized by one side or the other to further divide or inflame. Simply put, they can be counterproductive and undermine more effective ways to achieve change, he explained. Chapek then asserted, "I do not want anyone to mistake a lack of a statement for lack of support. We all share the same goal of a more tolerant, respectful world. Where we may differ is in the tactics to get there." The bill was passed in Florida legislature on Tuesday, and it currently awaits DeSantis' signature. You're saying, oh, it targets gay and lesbian children.
Are you fucking high?
At 5 years old, you're not gay, lesbian, or non-binary, whatever the hell that means. You know, this is you're trying. This is grooming children. If you're sitting there as an educator, a teacher in kindergarten, and telling your kids you can grow up to be whatever you want. If you're a little boy, you can grow up to be a woman. If you're a little girl, you can grow up to be a man. Son of. This bill doesn't target gay or lesbian families or parents. This bill simply says, I don't want you indoctrinating my children with this kind of stuff when they're 5 years old. I'll teach them about it. It's not your job to teach them. It's your job to enable their social skills and enact their ability to learn. It's my job to teach them. And as a parent, if you're not teaching your children, then whatever happens to them as far as their education and indoctrination in a public school system goes, the blood is on your hands. If you're not teaching your children and you're literally sending them to school and saying the school will teach them, you're wrong. That's horrible parenting, and you're not taking an active role in your child's education. It's your job as a parent to teach your children things. The school enables their ability to learn. That's what they do. That's their job. Now it's your turn. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Also, do us the favor. Bitch slap the like button for us if you could do that. We appreciate that as well. Share the video. It helps with the algorithms. You know, all interactions with the videos help in the algorithms. And of course, subscribe. Also, if you hadn't noticed, channel memberships are now open. You can go press that join button, check out the perks, and become one of ETEP's Kazooians. The perks are listed. Go check them out. Until the next one, ladies and gentlemen, I'm ETEP Queen of the Place to Be Reviews. I've been here with all of yous. If I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow. I'll catch you on the next one. And remember,
I could do this all day. It's better to burn out than to fade away.